guys, I'm back to finish part 2 of what I started last night talking about Get Cookin' Velata Convention. So, I'm just kind of going through my notes here. They gave us, did I show you guys this last night? They gave us these amazing, they look like cookbooks to take notes in. So, and we got to take our notes on recipe cards. It was all just super, super cute. I'm sure you've seen the new stuff that's coming out, the seasonal syrup, pumpkin pie, or pumpkin spice syrup, and maple pecan syrup. Yummo! And pumpkin pie meltables are back. Pumpkin pie easy bake cheesecake, which, or easy bake, no, I believe it's no bake cheesecake is what I believe it's called. No bake cheesecake pumpkin pie, which my mom made this for my future sister-in-law's bridal shower on Sunday, and it was delicious. She made it as a like frosting for cupcakes, and it was amazing and easy. And like I said, we got to try everything in the new catalog. All the new artisan rubs, all the new not the rubs, the dip things, and they were delicious, and the cheesecakes were all delicious, so I can't wait to share those with everyone. The holiday warmer, this is also part of what's available October 1st. It's a Velata fondue warmer with snowflakes on it. How cute is that? I can't find my camera. There we go. How cute is that for holiday gatherings? Holiday parties, there's always a lot of them. Oh, recipe cards. These are available for purchase. So now we can share recipes, you guys, using the Velata rubs, and like this tells you exactly what you need to make these, what Velata products you need, and you can mail them off, you can share them. So cool. It's going to be such a helpful tool for our businesses. So, we kind of talked a little bit about what is Velata, what's your 10-second elevator pitch, what do you tell people when they ask what Velata is, because it can kind of be, you know, oh, we have chocolate, and we have cheese, and we have, you know, we have this thing called a raclette, and it gets to be really, really wordy. And do we learn at Scentsy Convention that we actually only have people's attention for like 9 seconds before they're like over it and on to the next thing? So it's really important to come up with a sentence that you can say when people say, what is Velata? Or if you're at an event and you have the warmers out and they say, oh, this is Scentsy, and you're like, well, no, it's not Scentsy, it's a sister company to Scentsy, but what is it, right? And so some of my favorites were kitchen systems that bring smiles, creative cooking solutions, unique kitchen systems with consumables that bring your family together. So that's a quick sentence that can kind of describe Velata to our future customers, because like I said before, a lot of people don't know what it is. We're kind of sharing the experience with them, so we want to ask questions like, when was the last time your family had everyone around the dinner table? What age are your kids? I feel like, especially if you have teenagers, I don't have a teenager yet, but I feel like the families with teenagers, this is really huge for them because their kids are going in a million directions. The kids are on their phones. Their kids aren't really engaging, you know, maybe, that's probably a generalization, but aren't as engaging as much with the family. And so Velata provides an opportunity for them to gather around the dinner table again and share cooking and make memories. So those are some good questions to ask. They suggested just having people over for dinner and using the raclette or the crepe maker. I mean, you don't even have to be selling it to them then, right? Just getting more people to experience it, to try it, to see how it works is going to create momentum for this brand. Okay, so this couples workshops, a few friends over, a class versus a workshop. Take it camping. Take your raclette camping. You can take your crepe maker camping if you have camp with power. But I know that a lot of people do, and so it's a good. You can take it camping. Borrow bags. If you're a Scentsy consultant, I would guess by now you're familiar with a borrow bag and how a borrow bag works. It is getting the product into somebody's hands to try it before they buy it. Okay? And I think this is huge because you have to experience and you have to try it before you buy it. For the most part, right? And so for Scentsy, we do, borrow bags with a warmer and wax that they can take and plug in and keep for a week or a few days and try. I've started a laundry borrow basket where I've got the whole laundry line in a basket and I give it to somebody for like 3 days to try, and then it moves on to the next person and moves on to the next person to get them familiar with our laundry line. It's working awesomely. Well, we found out at Velata Convention you can do borrow bags with Velata too, so I'm super excited to try. You can do a raclette borrow bag, a crepe maker borrow bag, a fondue warmer borrow bag. Any of those appliances you could do a knife borrow bag if you're so inclined. And just to get people to try it, because once they try it, they fall in love with it, okay? And sometimes it's hard to get that party together or get a person excited about hosting a party. So if you can share it by letting them borrow it, that's a great way to get it in their hands. And challenge them. Say, yeah, you can borrow my raclette, but your challenge is to cook a breakfast, lunch, and dinner on it. Post it on Facebook, tag me, share your experience. So then, not only are they trying it, but they're also kind of giving you free advertising about it, right? If they're excited about it and they're having fun with it and it's working well for you and they're putting it on social media, it's going to create more buzz for you as well, even if it isn't from that person who's borrowing it. So, and it very well could be from the person who's borrowing it. So I love the idea of a lot of borrow bags. I'm definitely going to do that. We talked some about getting more tastings and booking parties for another system from our party, party. So let's say, I'm going to get out my catalogs here. There's a lot, right? We know if you are a Scentsy consultant, there's a lot that with the new Scentsy catalogs too. There's a lot of things to go over, a lot of things to share about, and it might become a little bit overwhelming at a party, especially if you're a Velata consultant and you think, gosh, I don't want to bring my raclette and my crepe maker and my knives and my fondue warmers and talk about all this at this party. It can be really overwhelming, right? So you can ask the hostess what she's most interested in earning. Does she want to earn a raclette? Then you feature the raclette at her party. Does she want to earn a crepe maker? Feature the crepe maker at her party. And then from there, you can just bring that and cook on that and say, as you can see, we have these other great systems. And if any of your friends want to do a party, we can feature that system at their party. So it's a good way to get more tastings from one party. Okay, so keep that in mind. Don't feel like you have to do it all at each and every party. Always do a bonus gift for booking, play booking games, family parties and family dinners. I thought that was kind of fun, right? So traditionally, a lot of times when we have parties, we know what happens. Out goes the family and the husbands, right? And it's just the ladies stay and do the party. But with Velata, that's not really necessary. The families can stay and be a part of the party as well. So, you can have the kids cook on them, provide recipes for them. Okay, what do I have? Okay, Okay, I'm just going to tell you some of my takeaways. I'm sure the other team members who were there had different takeaways than I had, and if you would like to share them, please do. But for the sake of time, I'm just going to share some of my takeaways. We talked about theme tastings. Those were fun. So if you'd like a list of all the different themes that they shared, that would be great. There was this lady does these really cool menus for her parties. I don't even know if I have a picture of it, but they look like a menu from a restaurant. And she has the menu boards, and then she has all of her different options for what you can have at your tasting, and she has the hostess picks that prior to, and then when everybody gets to the party, she gives them a menu. And so they go, okay, well, tonight we're having this option, but look at all these other options that we could have at a party, and it gets them thinking of booking their own party because they would have picked something different than what the host picked for the tasting that they're at. So that's kind of a fun way to book parties and feature different things. So here's the card about that. So you arouse their appetite and you leave them wanting more. You put the guests it in their hands and you say, you know, here's what your hostess offered or your hostess chose for tonight. And everybody gets the idea that there's other options. So that's kind of a fun way to do. I really want to get some of those menus and do that. Okay. The other thing which if we're friends on Facebook, you probably see me. I posted a little bit about it yesterday, but it was about the Herb of the Month Club. And this was not my idea. This was shared by a lady named Kelly Sky. And she does an Herb of the Month Club. So basically, you need 20 people, and they all commit to buying one rub every month for 6 months. So they're spending $10 a month every month for 6 months. And everybody gets the same rub. So say it's lemon garlic. So in October, everyone's going to get lemon garlic. You start a Facebook page for everybody who's in your Herb of the Month Club. And you can share recipes using lemon garlic on there. You can encourage them to use their rub to cook with and share their recipes and offer, you know, prizes and drawings. Like, say you do, what does she call it? She calls it something cute. Something, you come up with something cute for, on Friday. So everybody shares a dish that they've made using the lemon garlic rub. By Friday, their name goes into a drawing for something, you know, a meltable or a peeler or a ceramic peeler or something like that, a cheese maybe, one of our other products. Then, like I said, because everybody has, you have 20 people who spend $10, it's a party, right? So it earns hostess credits. She does a drawing every month from those 20 people, and that one person wins the half price. And once you've won one half price, you can't win again. So your chances are really pretty good for winning a half price. And, sorry, excuse me. So I love that idea. I'm starting an Herb of the Month Club. I have a couple people interested in it already, and I'm super excited about it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun and a good way to get our product in people's hands and get them using it and trying it and falling in love with it, just like we are. Okay, that was about borrow bags, a crate borrow bag. I think She talks about the lady that did the crepe burrow bag, talks about not like giving them a whole pouch of the crepe mix, just putting it in a mason jar and giving them part of it. Share the opportunity. Always be sharing the Velata opportunity with your customers who love it. Talk about it all the time. Make a list of everyone you have talked to and call them again. Talk about what's new. Focus recruiting. Everything. Okay. Freezer meal workshops were another big thing for me that I was really excited to learn about. And so I went to a freezer meal workshop breakout, and I learned about how to do a lot of freezer meal workshops. If you are curious about that, I'd be happy to share more with you about it. I'll talk about it a little bit right now, but basically what happens is it's $40, and the participants get 3 rubs and a cheese, and they go home with it. So the rub that they don't use in their menu plan that you do, they get to take home. So again, they can use it and cook with it. You do 8 meals, and it takes about like 2-ish hours to put together. You can have them prep the meat before they come to the party, so that way that'll make it a little bit slower. You provide the freezer meal workshop participants with the recipes and the shopping list. You provide them with their shopping list about a week out so they can have time to do their grocery shopping. The grocery bill on top of the freezer meal workshop fee, you know, will vary depending on how the person shops, which I adore this, because if someone wants to go all organic, they can go all organic with all of their groceries. If someone wants to go to the discount supermarket, they can go to the discount supermarket and add that on top of their $40 fee. So the price will vary somewhat there between participants, but I think that's totally acceptable, and their families are able to eat like they normally eat. New creative recipes using our rubs, which are just delectable. So it's kind of, freezer meal workshops are kind of like a party, but your work is done before the party. So if you do a tasting or a party, most of the work is done there the day of and following, right? With delivery and follow-up and, you know, preparing the bags and all that good stuff. Well, with a freezer meal workshop, you put the time in, but the time you put in comes prior to the party. So your menu prep, your own grocery shopping, your tasting of the recipes, all that is done before your actual freezer meal workshop. Then, on the day of the freezer meal workshop, everybody's already paid for their $40 because you have to order them before the party. So you have to collect the money as soon as someone, you know, commits to this date. You collect their money. You can collect it via, she talked about Square Cash, which I've never used, but apparently it's awesome. PayPal. You know, both of those have fees, but they're convenient. And then you can collect the money and put the order in for the product and have it there ready day of the party for them. You could do cash or check if you're local to them and you don't mind running around. Sometimes I personally feel like the small fee that Square and PayPal take is like worth my gas and time driving around town collecting money. So I look at it that way, but if you don't look at it that way, then collect cash or check or something that's not going to have any fee tied into it. You will need a few things. You need your, I have table. You put together the label, you print out the labels for the bags and the recipes for them, so everyone goes home with the recipe. Facebook event, link to pay, incorporate new products, take home banners. Jeez Louise. These notes don't make very much sense. Not even a week later. That's why it's always good to look over your notes, because you'll be like, what was I talking about here with this? Okay, so basically she said it all boils down to this. Choose a menu, go shopping, save your list, what you used when you went shopping, test your meals, post about it, take pictures while you're testing and posting. It all creates excitement. Set a date and go for it. Yeah. She does. She created a freezer meal workshop group. So she has a group on Facebook. Anybody who's ever come to her freezer meal workshops is part of this group. Every time she has a new tasting or a new freezer meal workshop, she invites everybody there. So she gets repeat customers. Some people do it every single month. She does it at her house. You could do it at your house, or you can do it outside of your house too. That's your choice. And we learned about events and how to do Velata at events. This was kind of interesting if you are into events. Things like potatoes are a good thing to cook on the raclette while you're demonstrating. So you can slice up your potatoes using the knife, cook them on your raclette, have all the rubs out front, and people can season the rubs or season their potatoes with the different rubs. So that's kind of a fun way to showcase both the raclette and the rubs, and it's cheap, it's affordable. Potatoes are very affordable. So, oh, beer cheese. She said she does beer cheese. I'm going to have to try that. Pancakes are good to do. Pizza. Ask for referrals. Always do a drawing box. So, yeah, exciting stuff. Like I said before, I'm really excited about all of the opportunities with Velata. And I just kind of, obviously I can't cram 2 days worth of learning into a little video here. But I wanted to share some, and I'd be happy to talk to you about it more if you have any questions.